Today's collection selection is the ProTech TR-3. TR stands for Tactical Response, and this is the, I suppose, SWAT model for those in special weapons and tactics, much unlike me. I am just your average guy collecting cool knives. This is a classic of ProTechs. I've seen a number of videos of people who have had these for years and years, and they still keep jamming on. I saw one video with a former military guy who used his TR-3 over in the sandbox. I'm not sure if I can say sandbox since I've never been there, but I think it sounds cool. So use this in war, in combat, and lost it somewhere. It was buried in the ground or something. He found it again, and without even cleaning it out, it fired just as hard as ever. That's anecdotal. I'm sure if you search YouTube for that video, you can find it. His had the cool fish scale pattern on the handle, which they have brought back for an exclusive 100 piece run. They have this with the fish scale and a really cool compound ground blade. So this knife, like the two other ProTechs I have, just fires like a rocket. Watch my hand when this opens. It shakes my whole hand, shakes up my arm. And if I were an older lady, you know, like maybe your 4th grade teacher, and I had no sleeves on and I did this, you would see all of the flab on my arm shake. I love this knife. There's not much to say about it. It's got a beautiful 154 cm blade with that nice saber grind. And then this DLC is starting to wear because I use this knife a lot. And I love that. And the really beautiful hard anodized aluminum handle is pretty robust. It's been in the pocket with keys and other stuff, and it hasn't scratched up very much. Much to my dismay, because I do like a little bit of wear on a aluminum handle. If I sound like I'm under the weather, well, that's because I am. So, excuse the lack of the silver tongue. This is 154 cm, which is just about one of my favorite steels in a realistic sense. Realistically meaning I can actually gauge the performance of this, and I like it. It's easy to sharpen, keeps its edge reasonably long, and it gets very sharp. With some of the super steels, it's kind of hard for me to tell how great it is because I just don't use them that much and I don't use them that hard. So it's kind of easier with something like 154 cm. So anyway, big fan of this steel, big fan of this knife. ProTech just makes beautiful, ProTech just makes beautiful automatic knives. And they do make a few button lock flippers, like the Ferrum Forge Mordax that comes out through Drop. Definitely want to get my hands on that. It's just a great American company making just amazing out the side switchblades. And I believe they do have one that's an out the front. I haven't seen much about that, but this is really their métier right here, this out the side like that. A little fatigued, so forgive the energy of this video, but man, just look at the beauty of this knife. Okay, and I leave you with that. ProTech TR-3 SWAT Edition.